Lovely. Well, it's 8 o'clock now. So my name's Jo. I'm one of the mitras from the York Buddhist Centre, and I sometimes do this meditation on a Friday morning. Um, Thank you very much to my good friend Shakyapada who filled in for me last week while I was away. That's much appreciated. Um, so Yeah, later on I'm going to be down the York Buddhist Centre shop on Julie Gate, so I'm really looking forward to that, putting a shift in. And it was really nice last time I was there because people were dropping in, and there's a lovely feeling of friendliness and kindness down there, which I guess is what we're going to think about today during the metta bhavana. Because friendliness and kindness towards other people is considered as important as wisdom in Buddhism. And for myself, while I've been studying Buddhism for the last couple of years, I've been noticing generally that when you're in a good state of mind, a friendly state of mind, I can behave in a lot more skillful ways. And actually, it's quite hard to get things wrong when you're really in a loving and friendly frame of mind. And the reverse is also true. If I've noticed more and more that if I'm in a negative frame of mind, maybe a bit anxious or a bit cross, it's actually quite hard to get things right. And it seems that you're putting your foot in it all the time and being unskillful, and maybe causing suffering for you and other people. Good morning, Sarah. Um, yeah, and I guess the other thing I'm realising is that there is a lot of kindness out there in the world, and if we can just allow ourselves to connect with that kindness and be open to it, it's kind of there as a supporting friendliness in the background for us. And I love thinking about all the people through the world at the moment who are maybe meditating or praying and trying to emit loving kindness to everyone. And we can tune into that feeling and it can get stronger within us. So that's what I'm going to encourage you to do today during the metta bhavana practice. I'm also going to try and have quite a quiet practice today. So I'm going to introduce the stages and then not talk too much through them. So I hope that works for you. So if you want to just get into your meditation posture, just get really comfortable if you haven't already. Yeah, and just settle into where you are now, the room that you're in. How are you feeling this morning? Because that's where we're starting from today. We can't force ourselves to feel good and positive. We've got to start from where we are. So just taking a few deep breaths. And noticing your shoulders just naturally sinking down when you breathe out. And if you can, really trying to breathe down into your abdomen, into your belly. And some lovely breaths out. Just accepting where we are in our mind and our body. I'm just going to start here. So Metta Bhavana, stage 1. And in this first stage, we're going to direct a sense of loving kindness to ourselves. As you sit here today, thinking about the things that you like or admire about yourself. And if nothing comes to mind, maybe thinking about the fact that you are here today, trying to cultivate loving kindness. Trying to feel happier in the world, which is a beautiful goal. And you could imagine loving kindness as a lovely yellow rosy light that's just, you can direct towards yourself. And as you direct that light towards yourself, feeling warm and cared for, letting in the lovely golden rosy light, the friendliness throughout the world. And just being open to that lovely light of friendliness. And sincerely wishing ourselves well. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be free from suffering. And in the second stage of the metta bhavana, we're going to think about a good friend, maybe someone who's been kind to us or given us good advice. Just bring your good friend to mind, almost as if they're in front of you or in the room with you. Picturing their face or their mannerisms. And realising that they are a being just like us. Sometimes things work out for them and they feel happier. Sometimes things really go wrong or they feel really negative, and then they might feel despair and all the kind of feelings that we feel. Thinking of our good friend, just directing a feeling of friendliness and loving kindness towards them. If you want to, you could imagine the loving kindness as a rosy golden light that you're directing towards them. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. Now just imagining our friend maybe leaving the room for a minute and maybe waiting outside because we're going to ask them to come in later. And the next stage of the metta bhavana is about thinking about a stranger, maybe someone that you know by sight but you've never especially talked to. Could be one of your rubbish collection people, or a bus driver, maybe just a neighbour that you see around but you've never happened to have had a chat with. And just bring that person to mind. Imagine them maybe in the room with you now, or seeing them across a room. Maybe connecting with them for the first time, really thinking about them and their life. But what we know for sure is that they are actually very similar to us in many ways. They have good times where things are going their way and they feel hopeful, and they have times where they may feel quite desperate or despairing, discouraged. And now trying to direct a feeling of loving kindness and friendliness towards the stranger. Maybe imagine smiling at them, or imaginatively thinking about the love and the friendliness that is around in the world. And imagine the stranger being able to feel that. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. And hopefully through the meditation you're starting to feel a lovely sense of warmth, maybe in your chest area, the heart centre. And it might be that your feeling of friendliness is feeling, more powerful as we go through the metta bhavana. And in this fourth stage, we're going to think about a difficult person in our life. Maybe someone who has irritated us or frustrated us. And just starting to, once you've chosen that difficult person, just imagining them being with you right now. Maybe in the room, or maybe, in a bigger room. They don't have to be too near you. But just connecting with the way they look, their mannerisms. Just getting a sense of them being here now. And even though this person is quite difficult for us to be around, and maybe for others as well, they're a being very like us in many ways. Have their own goals. Their life is just as important to them as our life is to us. And they have times where things are going well for them, and other times when everything seems to be going wrong for them. I'm just inviting you to just extend a feeling of loving kindness towards this person. Again, if you want to, you could imagine a lovely golden rosy light extending from you to them. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. Okay, in the final stage of the loving kindness meditation, I'm going to invite you to imagine all 4 people together in a room. So yourself, your good friend, the stranger, and the difficult person. You could imagine yourself maybe sitting in a circle, not too near each other, but together. Realizing that we're all beings. We're all blown around by the worldly winds with our own delusions and conditioning. Going round and round the circle of life. And yet each person in that circle, their life is very important to them. Just as important as our life is to us. So can you extend loving kindness to each of the person in that circle, including yourself? And even better, can you be open to extending that loving kindness to all 4 people equally? Maybe imagining all 4 of you feeling the lovely golden rosy light of friendliness and loving kindness. Feeling your heart opening to that possibility. May we be well. May we be happy. May we be free from suffering. And coming back to your breath and paying attention to breathing in and breathing out. and just being open to the possibility that you might start to feel quite warm in your chest, especially when you breathe in. Because you've been opening up to the power of loving kindness in the world, friendliness. And I really hope you can take that feeling forward for yourself today, and maybe it will help you act skillfully and intuitively with love and friendship, and that will spread good feelings in the world today for yourself and for other people. So it was lovely meditating with you this morning. Thanks very much for tuning in. We've been going about 25 minutes now, and I hope it was a nice start to your day, and lots of love to you all for a great Friday. And I hope it's quite easy to be friendly today as you go about your life. And yeah, lots of love to you all. Bye.